So there's a conversation that never seems to die, especially in this part of the world. Should a woman ask the man she's dating for money? And is it a red flag if she does? And on the flip side, is it a red flag for a man to, say he can't spend on a woman he claims to love? Some men would say, if she's not my wife, why is she asking me for money? And some women would say, if he claims to love me, then he should be able to provide. He should be able to meet some of my needs. So the big question is, who is right? Because this is a raging debate. So let's talk about this properly. Not just emotionally, but let's actually talk about it, with common sense and maturity, right? And actually ask the question, who is right and what is right? What is the right information that we, especially as Christians, should believe? First of all, let's be honest. This issue has confused a lot of people, to be fair. Some men are genuinely afraid of being used. And some women are tired of being with people who shows little to no sense of responsibility. And in the middle of all of that, most of us do not know what is healthy and what is not healthy. So let me quickly just share my opinion on this and tell you why I believe what I believe on this. And I'm saying this from the lens of, first of all, the scriptures, what we believe is the biblical tenets for, the Bible is our standard for our worldview, right? We have a biblical worldview, and as Christians, that's what we should have. So every approach to every discussion, every approach to every question should be based, it should be looked at with a biblical lens. Now, the first thing, and probably the most important thing, which I believe is this: every adult, if you claim to be an adult, you must be able to cater for your basic needs. Whether you're single or married, everybody should be able to cater for their basic needs. I'm not talking about luxury or something, extravagant. I'm not talking about living a soft life or something. I'm just talking about basic needs. Now, if you cannot afford to at least take care of your basic needs, then it's not really a question of relationships. It's not a man that will do that for you. Every adult, regardless of whatever background, you should be able to take care of your basic needs. So if you can't do that, maybe at least now, then the problem is not really relationships. Because at that point, you're not looking for love, you're looking for survival. And I know, life can be hard, the country tough and all of that. And it is true that things may not always go as planned. The race is not always to the swift, the Bible says. But there must be the effort. You must be making effort to at least try to meet your basic needs, right? There must be that effort, regardless of whatever situation the person may find him or herself. The second thing I strongly believe is it is not the responsibility of any adult to take care of another adult. Except, number one, they're your parents, and even that has limits. Or two, you're married to them. Unless the situation falls under those two circumstances, I don't think it is ideal for any adult whatsoever to be taking care of another adult, to take full responsibility or, substantial responsibility of another adult. Because I believe dating does not and should not, automatically mean responsibility. Love should not automatically mean that, it shouldn't automatically mean obligation, And in my opinion, a man should not be termed as a wicked or evil person, or it shouldn't be like a massive red flag if he chooses not to financially carry the woman he wants to marry. And listen to what I'm using, financially carry. And I'm going to give a balance to that later. But a man is not a wicked man if he chooses and says, hey, I don't want to do this because I'm not married to you. Neither am I your parent. Now, this is where the balance comes in. While it is true that it's not a man's responsibility, right? I think provision, in my opinion, is one of the surest ways to measure commitment. And I have my reasons for saying so. I believe that men are naturally wired to be problem solvers. A man would see a problem somewhere and he would want to do everything possible to try and solve that problem, especially if he has the means. If a man truly loves you as he claims to, I don't believe he would be comfortable seeing you struggle with anything that he has the ability to help out with. And if it's a financial thing, he wouldn't be comfortable seeing you struggle financially, especially when he has the means to help out with it, right? That's why I said, provision is one of the surest ways to test commitment. So if a man has the means to help, sees you struggling with something, but chooses not to help when he clearly has the means to help, I think that's everything you need to know, that he's not really committed to it. Hey there, If you're enjoying the video so far, please do well to like the video and subscribe to our channel if you're new. Thank you. And the truth is, many times you won't even need to ask. I tell you, you only need to just, the moment a proper man that is committed to you, that loves you, the moment he sees that you have a need, you don't need to ask most times. He just, in his head, he just wants to solve that problem. He's just going to find every means possible to try and solve that problem. So if a man claims to love you, claims to be serious, claims to, want to spend the rest of his life with you or anything, and he is not actively, trying to solve problems that he has the ability to solve that you have, or at least even asking about solving the problems. I mean, sometimes he might not have the financial ability to solve it, but he's asking, oh, how about this? How about you try this? Can you do this? Can you do that? If he's not actively doing that, then there's definitely something for you to ponder on as regards that. Now, specifically, him not, providing for your financial needs, it becomes a red flag when, number one, you know that he has the means to do it. Number two, you are genuinely in need. You're not just asking for luxury. You're not just, asking him to do something that is just like something crazy. It's a genuine need. Number three, there is an obvious effort on your part for you to try and stand on your own. You're not trying to rely on him on everything or with everything. There's an effort on your part. You're trying your best. You're trying to stand on your own. You're trying to be independent, but things are not just working out as you'd like. And if after those needs fulfill those three parameters and he is still indifferent, is not coming through, is still not doing, the things that you feel he should be doing, then you can refer to that as a red flag, in my opinion. Because at that point, it's not about money. It's not about money. It's just about commitment. It's about care. It's about how invested he is in you. Because if he's really and truly invested in you, then, and he has the means, like I said earlier, then he's not going to see it as a problem to meet those needs. And on the flip side, it is not a red flag when, first of all, you realize and you see that he clearly does not have the means. It's not a red flag if he doesn't have the means. Secondly, it's not a red flag if you clearly see that he is trying his best. He's working hard, he's building things, he's putting systems and structures to ensure that he's able to cater for his needs and yours when you eventually end up together. If there is that obvious, the obvious fact that he's working and trying his best, it's not a red flag. It's also not a red flag when the things you are asking for are something extravagant. There's something you can do without. It's not when you're not asking for something that, it's very necessary to everything that you are, to your being. If it's something extravagant, if it's something potentially ostentatious, then, and he doesn't have the means, or it chooses not to, then in my opinion, I don't think it's a red flag. And I also think it's not a red flag when the thing you are asking him for is something that could break him financially, something that he would have to put his hand in his savings, or, something that would really render him broken financially, render him broke, basically, right? If what you're asking him to do for you is something that would do that to him, and he chooses not to, it's not a red flag. And if you truly love him, you wouldn't be asking him to do that. Again, let me caveat this video by saying that this is not, I'm a man myself, and I'm not saying this is a license for men to be, irresponsible. As a man, like I said, you're a problem solver. If you truly claim to love her, you're going to want to do everything to help, to make her life easier. You're going to want to help her in her struggles. If it's financial, you're going to want to do something to help her out with that. If you truly have the means and you're not doing anything, to help out, then it's a red flag. I believe it's a red flag. I believe it's a problem. I believe that, in fact, you're not even that committed to her, if that's the case, right? It could be because maybe you've been hurt before and, you felt used before. But like I said, I strongly believe that men are wired to be problem solvers. And for people that they truly care for, they try to solve their problems. And that has always been the case. So if you're serious, your actions will show it. If you're serious with her, your actions will show it, right? Ladies, if he's serious with you, his actions will show it. If a man is not ready to give anything at all, money, respect, love, whatever, if he's not ready to give anything, that shows commitment to your relationship, to you, then he's not committed to it. He's not really interested. But what do you think? That's my opinion. Like I said, I just shared my opinion. What do you think about it? Drop your opinions in the comments. Let's have a chat about it. My name is Goodness Eze, and this has been Storytime with Goodness Eze. Thanks for watching. See you on the next video. Adios.